story. It is night 3 of the Democratic National Convention. Tonight's theme, a more perfect union. Democrats setting their sights on erasing the last 4 years under President Donald Trump. Former President Barack Obama is slated to speak in just under 30 minutes. Then Kamala Harris will make history as the first woman of color on a major party ticket.
WGN political reporter Taman Bradley is here to catch us up on what's happened so far.
Ben and Micah, good evening. The big stuff is coming up this hour, as you said. Democrats seem to have two goals: bash President Trump and talk about their platform. In the 8 o'clock hour, we heard messages about voting, gun control, and immigration. Now we wait for the brutal assault on President Trump. Tonight, the stars for the Democrats are former President Barack Obama and Senator Kamala Harris.
When we vote, things change. When we vote, things get better.
Harris, the daughter of Jamaican and Indian immigrants, will share her personal story and throw punches at President Trump. According to prepared remarks, she'll say Donald Trump's failure of leadership has cost lives and livelihoods, adding, "The constant chaos leaves us adrift. The incompetence makes us feel afraid. The callousness makes us feel alone. We can do better and deserve so much more." Former President Obama, speaking from the Museum of the American Revolution in Philadelphia, will offer pointed criticism of President Trump and argue his former vice president is the answer to Trump's brand of politics. He will say Donald Trump hasn't grown into the job because he can't. One night after Bill Clinton's address, the 2016 Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton weighs in.
Look, this can't be another woulda, coulda, shoulda election. If you vote by mail, request your ballot now and send it back right away. If you vote in person, do it early. Become a poll worker. Most of all, no matter what, vote.
All week long, Democrats have reached out to women. Biden primary rival Senator Elizabeth Warren and former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords are on the roster.
We are at a crossroads. We can let the shooting continue, or we can act.
The Illinois delegation's briefing earlier featured the lieutenant governor.
What is clear is that the call for racial justice will never be realized without economic justice. Too many Black and brown communities have suffered decades of disinvestment.
As for the Republicans, they continue to contrast Democrats' virtual celebration with images of President Trump and Vice President Pence on the road. Pence today in Wisconsin.
The Democrats were supposed to have their national convention in Wisconsin, but they couldn't make it.
Not long ago, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ran through Democrats' agenda, but she said Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump are standing in the way. In other words, voters need to flip the Senate and the White House. That's the message tonight. Vote, vote, vote.
All right, Taman, thank you.
And we'll have special coverage of the Democratic National Convention ahead this hour. Coming up in just a few moments, we will carry live coverage of the speeches by former President Obama and Kamala Harris, followed by analysis when those speeches finish. And our coverage continues tomorrow night on the WGN News at 9 and 10. Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth is scheduled to speak, and Joe Biden will formally accept the Democratic Party nomination. You can always read the latest anytime at WGNTV.com/election. And of course, the Republican National